Hello everyone, welcome to your first math lesson of the week. Today we're going to be starting a new week of lessons, so I'm going to be introducing you to new topics. We're going to be learning about lines, rays, and line segments. So this lesson is going to be broken up into 3 parts. So right now we're starting with part 1, which is going to be an introduction to lines. So this is our lines lesson for now, part 1. Everyone attached has a what is lines or what is a line tool. So you are going to have this resource that you can refer to before you do your own work. And before you do that, I'm going to do a brief lesson with you guys. So today we're going to be looking at lines. And as you can see right here, I have a line. And a line has 2 arrows, one on each end, and that shows that it goes on indefinitely or forever. So this is a line right here, and I'm going to read you the definition. A line is a thin, straight mark or path that goes on indefinitely, forever, in both directions. So you can see here that the arrows show that this line can keep going either this way or both ways. They go on forever. And a line can be all different sizes. So you see here the lines that doesn't have to look exactly the same as long as it's a path with 2 arrows on the end. It can be any size. And when you are drawing these lines, any type of line, you're really only drawing just a part of the line because a line goes on indefinitely, forever. So we're really just drawing only a part of a line. Okay. So now that you're able to identify what a line looks like and how you would draw it, we're going to talk about naming lines. Because when you draw a line, you're going to want to give it a name. So for this first picture right here, you see a line drawn, and next to it is the letter P. So this is a line and it's drawn, and you have a P drawn next to it. So this line is labeled as P. So if we wanted to say the name of that line, we would call it line P. So the name for this line would be line P. You say what it is, it's a line, and then if it's only one letter, you write the letter there, line P. Or there's a different way to label and name lines. If you draw a line, you could make 2 points. A point is just a dot. It shows a location of something, so you show it as a dot. So we can make a point here and a point here at each end of the line and label it. So I could write A and B. So here's point A, here's point B on my line. And then I can name it line A, B. Or I can draw a small line above and write AB underneath. Those are 2 ways that you can write the name of a line. Also, since lines go indefinitely in both directions, it doesn't matter what order you write the letters. So let me show you what I mean. Right here, we have the line AB, but it could also be BA. It doesn't matter which order I write them in. So I could also say line BA, or make the small line up top. So I could also say line BA, or make the small line on top and write the BA above. So it can be AB or BA. The order doesn't matter when you're naming lines. Okay. So now let's just practice an example together. Let me erase my board here, and we can practice together. first we'll practice the first way I showed you, where you would have a line. Let's say we have a line and there's only one letter labeled outside of the line, and it's M. So how would I write this as a name? I would write line M. So the name would be line M. That's how I would write the name. If this was a Z, how would I write it? Think about it. First I say what it is. It's a line. So I'll write line. And then it's labeled as what? Z. Line Z. Okay? Very simple. Now let's practice the one that's a tad bit more tricky, but it should still be pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So right here, we have a line. I'm going to draw 2 points on this line. And I'm going to name them D and E. Okay? So I have points D and E. Now I'm going to name my line. So I can either say, I can use words, or I can use the diagrams. Okay, so D-E, that can be line D-E, right? Or it could be line E-D. It doesn't matter which direction I write it. So it can either be line DE or line ED. With lines, it doesn't matter because they're infinite in both directions. Now, I could also show this line by writing the line symbol, a small one, and then the letters underneath. So I could do that for DE, and I can do the same exact thing for ED. Those are the 2 ways to write a line. Okay. Let's practice one more quickly, and then you guys are going to review your tool and answer your Google form questions on your own, practicing the same thing from the part 1 lesson. All right, so right here we have a line with 2 points. It's going to be B and C. So I can write this line in 2 ways, right? The first one, I can write the word line and then say line BC, or it can be line CB. So that's my first way that I can show the line, and it can be either direction, right? I can also use my symbol. Make the small line and write BC, or make the small line and write CB. So this is how we write lines, okay? All right, so now you'll review your tool and answer your questions, and on Wednesday you will do part 2. Tomorrow you're going to be doing your I Know It math skills. All right, good job, guys.